Hi everyone, I'm Eileen Johnson, and in case you've never seen me before, I am a career strategist to high-achieving, badass corporate women who are looking to upgrade their careers so they can elevate their lives. Now today, as the title tells you, I am going to be sharing the #1 silent career crusher. It's probably not what you think it is. So before we jump into the content, I always like to check in with you guys and have you let me know if this is your first time joining me, and if so, where you're joining me from. And also, if you're a return watcher, let me know that too. I love to welcome you guys back. It's just fun for me to hear where you guys are and what's going on. So in case you tried to join me yesterday, I had a little trouble with my internet, and so we're retrying this again today. So I appreciate you guys being here to join me, whether you're here live or you are tuning into the replay. So let's get started. Do you know what is most likely quietly killing your career more than anything else? Feel free to type in the comments box what you think it might be. I'd love to hear your guesses. So here are some of the guesses that I often get. It's my boss, my resume, it's my experience and skills, it's that I don't have a fancy degree, it's that I don't have a big network, it's that I work at a small company, it's that I work at a big company. And the guesses could probably go on and on. So what I've got news for you is that none of those things are what's killing your career. None of those things are why you're stuck. None of them are why you're getting passed over for promotions or why you're not getting paid what you know you are worth. The real problem here is your tendency to do everything, to say yes, to take on more, and to never ask for help. You are drowning in your own competence. So you might be sitting there thinking, what the heck is she talking about? Isn't being competent a good thing? And you all know that I like to take some pretty strong, I don't know if controversial is the right word, but against the grain stands. And I'm going to take one here and tell you that being competent is actually a bad thing. And here is why. When you are competent at 100 things, it keeps you from being amazing at the handful of things that you can be awesome at. And when you're competent, you're viewed as a commodity rather than an indispensable asset. When you're competent, you get asked to do things that don't allow you to work at the top of your abilities. And when you're competent, you get mired down in the day-to-day rather than rising above and being able to see the bigger picture. When you are competent, you fail to be badass. Does that make sense? So let me tell you a story about a client I worked with recently to help you show what I'm talking about here. So Beth was a client of mine who was getting really frustrated with her work situation. She felt that she had really grown beyond her position, and she was really getting kind of antsy about wanting to find her next opportunity, her next challenge. But when we dug into what was really going on, it turned out that it wasn't actually a problem with her current company or even her current role. She shared with me that she loved the work that she was hired to do. The problem was that the piece of the work that she loved to do and that she was amazing at only made up about 20% of her entire work week. So what had happened is that over the years, colleagues and supervisors and people that worked with her had seen what a competent and dedicated worker she was. So when a project or a task came up that needed to be assigned, Beth was always at top of mind. Now, being at top of mind is awesome. It's a good thing. But you want to be top of mind for the work that you love doing. Beth wanted to be top of mind for the work that she loved doing, not the work that she was good at, but that others could do just as well as her. So Beth had gotten herself into a trap where she wanted to please others and she wanted to be able to help. And I'm sure a lot of you can resonate with this, but the problem is in the end that it really ended up costing her her happiness at work. And when she realized this, she realized she needed to start saying no. She knew she needed to be clear about what work she wanted to be doing, and she needed to let others know this is the work that she's been put here to do. And so with this clarity, Beth stepped into her power and she became a valuable asset, not a commodity. She wasn't just somebody who was going to turn and burn and get things done. She was going to add the value that she knew she could. Does that make sense? Is Beth's story resonating with any of you? I'd love to hear in the comments, what's coming up for you, or if there's a piece of Beth's story that you can resonate with. So here's what I know. If you're here with me and if you've been following with me for a while, then I know a little something about you. And one thing I know about you, I'm not being creepy, but it's just what I know, is that you are willing to do just about anything to be amazing. And settling for anything but amazing is not going to cut it for you. Am I right? Did I guess correctly? So, if I am right, you're probably asking, okay, Eileen, well, so how do I keep from drowning in my own competence? And here's what I tell my clients every single day. You've got to determine what makes you shine. What allows you to work at your full potential, and what allows you to be a badass. You've got to be so incredibly valuable that when you deliver these things, you will never be asked to do something else that you're only competent at. And what I'm talking about here is zoning in on your zone of genius. So I want to explain what I mean for a second about zone of genius, because so many times when people hear me say genius, they cringe. They don't see that label fitting them. And one reason this can happen is that society has told us that we need to blend in, that we need to be average, that it's not okay to toot your own horn, that you downplay your awesomeness so that others don't feel badly about themselves, and on and on and on. So if you cringed when I said genius, ask yourself, why was that? Was it because of these societal norms? Maybe it was because you honestly don't see yourself as a genius. But here is the thing. We all have genius inside of us. You have a thing, or maybe things, that you're amazing at and that you love to do. And that is your genius. And getting clear on what your zone of genius is essential to your success and happiness and fulfillment at work. Because when you find yourself doing work that allows you to work within that zone of genius, you're going to find that the projects and other duties will no longer be dumped on you. You're going to be respected for the incredible value and the resource that you can be. And it's going to become evident that your employer is a total freaking fool to have you do anything other than the work that you do best. Now, I'm not saying that your work is going to be free of any of those tasks that you're competent at. I mean, that is just not reality. But instead of spending 85% of your day doing things that you're competent at, you're going to spend 85 to 90% of your day in your zone of genius. So I'm going to take a poll. So type your answers into the comments box. Which would you rather have? A, 85% of your day spent doing things that you're competent at, or B, 85% of your day doing things that you love and that you are awesome at? Which one would you rather have, A or B? So I'm going to be blunt with you. If you're happy with option A, you are not in the right place. Because I am here to support high-achieving, badass corporate professionals upgrade their careers. And if you're okay settling for a career and a life of competence, not your girl. I love you, but I am certainly not for you. So if you did choose option B, though, I want to welcome you. You have found your place where you're going to be encouraged to be your best and to unabashedly pursue excellence in your career. And to do that, you have to be badass. So the pursuit of a career that you can love and the one that will elevate your life is exactly what I'm all about. It's what I love to help other professionals do. Because life is way too short to just not be there, to not be present, to not enjoy the journey. And there is genius inside of you who is waiting to come out. A genius who is ready to stop settling and see what's on the other side. Are you ready to claim your genius? So if you are, and if what I've talked about today is resonating with you, then I want you to come back with me tomorrow, where I'm going to be showing you an exercise of how you can zone in on your zone of genius. So if you want to be notified of when I'm going live tomorrow or in the future, or if you just want to be notified when the replays are available so that you can watch them at a time that's convenient for you, I'm going to put a link in the comments box here, I think. See if technology will work for me today. And I would be happy to notify you when I'm going live or when a replay is available for you. So before I wrap up, let me just ask you, if you were honest with yourself, would you say that you're spending most of your time doing things that you're competent at or things that you're amazing at? Things that would fall into your zone. So if your answer was things that you are competent at, ask yourself how it feels to know that your greatest gifts are not being utilized and that you aren't being recognized for the incredible value that you have to offer. If you're tired of feeling that way, then make sure you come back tomorrow, where I'm going to be doing a training on how you can uncover the things that put you into your zone. So I'm Eileen Johnson with EileenJohnsonCoaching.com, helping corporate women transform their careers so they can elevate their lives. I'll see you here again tomorrow. Have a great day, guys.